The Ram truck and Jeep brands are having a rough time in 2024. The average transaction price for a Jeep has gone up 58% in the last 5 years. Ram sales are so slow that some of the prices are dropping as much as 20% off of MSRP, and despite continued layoffs and low sales numbers, Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares' pay was increased by over 53% to a staggering $38 million just a few days ago. What's happening right now with Ram and Jeep could totally put them out of business. In 2018, the average transaction price for most Jeep SUVs was about $34,000. Fast forward to right now, and those prices have skyrocketed to a staggering $55,715. And I'm not just pulling these numbers out of thin air. Leading car comparison site CarEdge has been tracking these numbers for years. As Stellantis continues to raise prices, sales numbers just keep dropping. When is this company going to wake up and realize just exactly what they're doing? These Stellantis brands are alienating the buyers that made them popular and are trying to become some sort of luxury brand that caters to the ultra wealthy. So in this video, I want to show you some of the most insane Ram and Jeep prices that I've ever seen. And by the end of this video, you'll begin to understand why Jeep, Ram, and yes, even Dodge are some of the slowest selling truck, car, and SUV brands in America right now. Let me show you something pretty crazy and honestly really interesting. You have an entire row of Wranglers, basically about halfway down to where those salesmen are standing. They're looking at some of the new ones that just came in. And then on this side, you have an entire row of Gladiators, and they also have another row of Gladiators. Let me show you here. This is also an entire row of mostly Rubicon and Mojave Gladiators, which is kind of crazy. But it makes sense because these are the higher trim level, the more expensive ones, and of course, it's going to sell a little bit less when they're more expensive in this market. So let's just see how much this green Mojave is right here. Got the beautiful Sarge green color, which I got to say is one of my favorite colors. I highly recommend it. Look at what it looks like in the sun. I mean, just a beautiful green color. This is a 2023 Jeep Gladiator Mojave 4x4, base price of $50,995. All of the options here make it $66,325, which is pretty expensive. You're getting close to like really super nice truck territory. But the funny thing is, that's now that I think about it, that is a low trim level F-150 price, but a high trim level Gladiator price. So if you compare that, it's actually not that bad, and that's going to be way more fun. But going on to this row of Jeep Wranglers, and a lot of these are Rubicons. Here's the funny thing that most people don't realize. Jeep is really pushing the new 4xe platform. That's the mild hybrid version of the Jeep Wrangler, and they're pushing it so hard, but it's so much more expensive. And if you look closely, blue tow hooks, blue tow hook, blue tow hook, another blue tow hook, another blue tow hook, blue tow hooks, blue, red, blue, black, blue, 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 red, blue. Most of these are the 4xe, and they have a ton of them. And the reason why is a lot of people don't really like them off-road. Once the battery dies, you're relying on the 2-liter turbo engine, and it's pushing an extra 400 pounds of batteries. Let's see how much it is. Got a 2023 Rubicon 4xe, base price of $59,495. Total price of $64,030. And that's really high priced, especially when you're shoving those electric batteries and that complicated system in these. But that's not even the most expensive Jeep that you're going to find. Let me show you something cool. That's the 392 V8 with more than enough horsepower and torque to crawl over anything. And this thing will run you a whopping $96,720. Now, Jeep does have options that are not Rubicons, not hybrids, not 392s that do start a little bit cheaper, like this Willys here, but it's a higher trim level Willys, and I'll show you on the sticker. So this is a 2024. You can see the base price of this 4-door Willys starts at $36,595, but if you add all these options that, you know, make it more fancy, it can go as high as $55,245 for this, which does make it difficult to find like a super cheap sport model. Those do exist, but they're hard to find on lots because once they hit the lots, they're gone pretty quickly. But let's look at these Ram truck prices real quick. So we got this whole row of Rams all along the back, all the way down there. You got a row of Ram trucks basically all the way to the end, and it goes really far back. So let's take a quick look at some of these truck prices and compare it to Ford. Like, I'm no Ram expert, obviously, but from what I've seen, some of these can be a little bit better deal. So we got a 2500 heavy duty back here, and this is where the price gets a little bit insane for a truck. Got a 2500 heavy duty Cummins turbo diesel Ram, Big old 4-door, a little bit bigger on the cab. 2023 limited night mega cab 4x4, base price of $77,000. You got a ton of options here. These equipment groups get pretty expensive at $69,30. The Cummins is almost 10 grand, plus the destination charge, bringing this up to $103,280. I honestly did not expect to see a $100,000 diesel truck from Dodge. Like, that just blows my mind. We got a little row of Grand Cherokees here. Goes pretty far all the way back up to the Wranglers and then shoots all the way down here. This one looks interesting here with the blue tow hooks. I'm guessing that's the hybrid electric one. Yeah, we got a 2023 Cherokee Overland 4xe, $70,770. So Jeep has been going up in their prices a lot lately. And what they're trying to do is actually become more of a luxury brand. Driving is one of the safest ways to travel, but accidents do happen. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. Morgan & Morgan does not settle for lowball offers. Just in the past couple of months, Morgan & Morgan saw verdicts of $12 million in Florida, 34 times the highest insurance offer, $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times the highest insurance offer, and $6.8 million in New York, 25 times the highest insurance offer. The fee is absolutely free unless you win. Did you know that you can start a claim with America's largest injury law firm in just a click? It's so easy. You can start your claim right now with Morgan & Morgan at forthepeople.com/motor, or just click the link in the description below. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 2024 model Ram TRXs all lined up here. We got this nice blue color. We got this pretty shiny orange that looks like a pretty new color. Obviously there's black and another black one. But this pretty blue 2024 Ram TRX has some cool stuff. It's got a new active terrain dynamics system on it, which I think is pretty cool, by Bilstein. But every year the Ram TRX gets even more expensive, and this one especially. Got a 2024 Ram TRX final edition, because this could be the final year that Ram does the TRX in the V8. There's a bunch of rumors rolling around that it's gonna go to the Hurricane V6 twin turbo. So how much is this 2024? It's $125,265. And one of the salesmen that I've talked to a bunch of times here actually told me they're asking 10K over, even though it's not on the sticker. If you walk in and talk to them, that's what they're going to mention. But enough about the TRX. We all know that's expensive. We all know those are always marked up. Here's something that's pretty rare to see that I've never seen on any of the Ram lots so far. We've got a 3500 HD, single cab, no back door, no extended cab, and the long box. So if you want to do some work, this could be the truck for you. It's pretty much the biggest one they make, but also the smallest at the same time, if that makes any sense. Let's see how much it is though. Got a 2024 3500 Tradesman regular cab 4x4 long box, base price of $51,700. And they've got a few other smaller options here, but the most expensive one is the 6.7 liter Cummins turbo diesel for almost $10,000, and the Uconnect screen for $815, bringing it to $67,320. I don't know about you, but I think that is quite a lot of money for a two-door HD truck. Although this is rare, that's quite expensive for what you get, because here's a 3500 Ram with 4 doors, and I kind of have a little bit of sticker shock here. I didn't expect it to be this much. This is a 2024 Bighorn long box for $83,320. I can see why Ram is having a hard time selling all these HD trucks. They're just so expensive for what you get. If you're using it for work, makes sense, take the write-off, do whatever, but prices are still a little bit out of touch. This is the first dually Ram that I've seen out of any of the lots that I've been to in 3 different states. And this truck is massive in size, but also massive in price. This will run you $114,000, and the sticker's upside down, but 114 grand, that's crazy. I haven't looked at dually prices, so tell me if that's normal or not. But they also have this Power Wagon, which has been pretty hard to find, and the sticker's way up there. But this MSRP is 80 grand for a Power Wagon. But what we really need to see as far as Jeep trying to be more luxury is this Wagoneer right here. These are getting very, very expensive. And as you can see, they've got an entire row all the way down as far as you can see right here. And these sell, but very, very slowly, and they kind of sit for a while. This looks like kind of a mid-tier trim level. It is a 2024 Wagoneer L 4-wheel drive for a whopping $73,010. And I get that it's cool and everything, and that it's a big SUV, but 73 grand is a lot for a Jeep, in my opinion. And just for kicks, let's look at a regular Grand Cherokee. Again, covered in a ton of dust. So these things and tree leaves, these have been here for a while. This is a 2024 model, 2-wheel drive for $53,170, and it is a limited. So Jeep is no longer cheap unless you get one of these little guys. But what I want to show you as far as the car side of Dodge is something quite interesting, because a lot of dealers that sell trucks like crazy have been getting rid of their cars. They don't sell as many cars. Ford is the only one that has a V8 that they're gonna continue making with the Mustang. And Dodge has the Challenger and the Charger, but this year is pretty much the last year that any of these cars are gonna have the V8 engine in them. They're getting rid of it and trying to do more twin turbo engines. But as you can see here, sales of sports cars is pretty slow. These are also covered in dust and leaves and all kinds of other stuff. This one especially is bad. This one looks like it has been here for a very, very long time. You can see some handprints that are also recovered in dirt. So I want to show you just how much this Charger is, and it is a Scat Pack version. And this looks like a 2023 model Charger Scat Pack Daytona with the 392. You're looking at $61,590 for this thing. Plus they added a dealer markup of $5,000 on this. $499 for window tint, Zactec for $299, whatever that is, wheel locks for $199, bringing the price to $67,587. And it's no wonder that this has been sitting for a while and it's totally covered in dust, pollen, and little tiny tree leaves, because they want $5,000 over MSRP for this, which you should definitely never, ever, ever pay. And as you can see, they've got a row of them all the way here, and another row on this side over here, and a truck bringing in more inventory right there. This is a 2024 Rubicon with the Extreme Recon package, which gives you a little bit of lift over factory, steel bumpers, a winch, 17-inch wheels with 35-inch tires, and these fender flares that look really, really cool. And this does have the first engine that is also the oldest Jeep engine that's been in these since the JK, and that is the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6. But it does have an 8-speed transmission, which actually helps this older engine stay in the right RPMs depending on where you go. This white one we looked at with the Extreme Recon package and the V6 engine is $74,605. As you can see by my own Jeep behind me, I'm a huge fan of the Jeep and Ram brands. They make a lot of cool vehicles that are just a lot of fun, but if they don't get these prices under control, if they don't come down a bit, if they don't stop trying to be so fancy, then sales are just going to continue to decline and people are going to stop buying. If you like this video, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you in the next video.